Disclaimer, the following video is just a bunch of random stuff put together by a stupid guy trying to be funny. It is not meant to be mean in any way. This video is also full of jokes that may not be appropriate for a younger audience. If you see a game that you like in this series, please remember that this is all based off of my own personal opinion. The jokes in this series are also mainly satire and just for entertainment purposes. Finally, please do not go and send hate to anyone mentioned in these videos as they have done absolutely nothing wrong and do not deserve it. Don't say that I didn't warn you. Hello there. Welcome to the 21st episode of Worst Games on Roblox. Before we continue, I would just like to say that I will most likely not accept game requests from the comments of these videos, mainly because that's the place where most people will put them, and because I get so many comments on these videos, it's hard to read every single one and I may miss a few. So if there is a game that you would like to see on this series, the best places to send them to me are either on my Twitter, by the way please follow me, or on my Discord server, link in the description. So go to either one of those to send your game requests to me. I cannot promise or guarantee that your game will be chosen, but I will most likely see them on both Twitter and Discord. So once again, links are in the description for both of these. Now with that being said, I hope you're all ready for more of the most terrible games that we could find. So without further ado, strap yourselves in, and let's go.
Hello everybody. Welcome to episode 21. I hope you're ready for more bad games that we could find, because I surely am. So without rambling on too much, let's just jump into it. I know that Halloween has just passed, but I'm recording this before Halloween so it still counts. So the first game we're going to look at is called Halloween Simulator. I don't really know what I'm supposed to gather from looking at the thumbnail. By the looks of things, it's just a bunch of animals dressed up in Halloween costumes. So let's click play and find out what this game has to offer. So it turns out that this game is another one of those trick-or-treating games, similar to the previous two we have already played. But holy shit, what the fuck is my costume? Why the fuck did I become rectangular and where did my hair and sunglasses go? Like I said, this game is similar to the previous two trick-or-treating games we've played in the past. However, this one is slightly different from the other games we played. How, you ask? Well, when you walk up to the door, sometimes you'll get candy, but other times, you'll be faced with something so deadly and scary that many people do not come out alive. This thing is so deadly and scary that it gave my nightmares some nightmares. This thing is so deadly and scary that even Satan himself will never go near it. This incredibly deadly and scary thing is an obstacle course. Yup. For some reason some of the homeowners will give you a short obby to complete before they give you candy, which is their idea of a trick, and although it doesn't make sense, at least it is somewhat different from the other trick-or-treating games we played, but the majority of it is very similar to the others. Walk around a neighborhood and collect candy. You start the game off with a plain old paper bag which can only hold 15 candies. However, you can sell these candies for coins and you can use these coins to buy more items. These items include pets, costumes and bags with bigger storage space. You can also level up as well, which can be used to unlock different neighborhoods. You can also get different quests to fulfill, and when looking at the quest menu, it seems a little confusing at first since they can only be seen inside this ring rather than having separate NPCs spread throughout the map like in last year's game. But it's easy to get used to once you know what you're doing, and the quests are all pretty generic as well, such as collect candies, coins and complete tricks, which are all pretty easy tasks. Well, I guess that we'll carry on trick-or-treating then. Let's go up to this house over here. Hello sir, may I please have some candy? Oh, you're giving me a trick then. Okay, well let's just jump over these lava bricks. Well, that was pretty easy. Now give me my motherfucking Next house. Oh okay, you're also giving me a trick. Oh, it's the same challenge. How dare you steal it from the other? After doing some more rounds, I went and bought a costume. Fuck yeah, now I won't be bald again. I also met up with a fan. The rest of the game was just me doing the same shit I had been doing since I had joined. I went round houses, did challenges, collected candy, and I bought some more things, such as a mummy costume and a web slinger, which looks a bit suggestive, and it doesn't help that it shoots white stuff out of it either. That's pretty much all that there is in the game. I didn't level up high enough to unlock different neighborhoods, but I can't imagine them being much different from the one I was in. But now, let's talk about this game. This game mainly follows the same cycle over and over: knock on a door, complete obstacle course, get candy, buy new shit, repeat. It does get boring after going over the same cycle again and again, but I must admit that I prefer this game to the previous two trick-or-treating games we played, mainly because the tricks are something new that I haven't seen before in a game like this. In the last trick-or-treating game, the tricks were mainly just NPCs stealing candy from you, which did suck, but you could easily get it back by going to more houses. In this game, the trick is actually a challenge that you have to complete in a certain amount of time, and if you don't finish it in time or if you die, then you do not get any candy at all. However, I did feel that once I got used to the game, the challenges were just way too easy, especially since some of them were the same challenges over and over but from different people. Also, for some reason, whenever someone opens the door, you do this weird flailing arms dance thing. You can also get items in this game such as a Spider-Man web slinger, or a pizza. They don't really do anything, but they did match with some of the costumes you could buy, such as the pizza slice matching with the Pizza Warrior costume, or the web slinger matching with the Spider-Man costume, which I think is a nice little detail. Also, before I was going to do the outro, I came across a caveman living inside his cave, but it wasn't really that different from the houses I had visited since it just did the same thing. So overall, I slightly prefer this game to the one from last year. Not to say the last one was bad, but I just prefer this one. So with that being said, let's move on to our second game. The next game we are going to look at is entitled Survive a Crash to VIP Island. I think the title is pretty self-explanatory. You just survive a plane crash and land on an island. That's all it really is. So I don't think I need to talk about it too much, so let's just get straight into it. Right when we spawn in, we can see the lobby, which is for some reason floating in the sky, and with a game that involves planes, you'd think that we would spawn in an airport on the ground, but nope, we're in this shitty lobby floating in the sky. There is also a countdown at the top of the screen that tells us how long it will take for the plane to arrive, so let's go outside and wait. Well, no wonder the plane is going to crash. We're flying so close to mountains, of fucking course we're going to crash. Well, now that the plane is here, let's go and sit down. I'm going to take the pilot's seat. Let's hope I can save this thing from crashing. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. This is Bob Bobbington Airlines Flight 281 on our way to Majorca. The time is currently 2:15 p.m. We're currently flying at 36,000 feet, 31,000 feet, 20,000. Okay, yeah, we're going to crash. Everybody fucking panic. Well, I guess I couldn't save the plane, or myself for that matter, since I died before I could exit, so as an alternative, I tried jumping down to the island from the lobby, but that also killed me, so my only other option was to wait for the next plane.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome aboard Shekel Bobbington Airlines Flight 481. We're currently flying at 34,000 feet, 28,000 feet, 20,000. Okay, yep, it's just the same shit as last time.
The crash didn't go well either. I died again, but after the third time I crashed, I finally survived and made it onto the island. So now that we're here, let's explore the island. Oh look, there's a button, let's step on it. Oh nice, a rocket appeared, let's hop in it and fly to Mars. Oh my fucking god, I can fly. Well, that was fun for about 3 seconds. After I flew in the rocket, I saw an island in the distance, so I decided to swim to it. The island itself contained nothing but a free-modeled playground, which didn't make the game entertaining in any way, so after wandering around the playground for a bit, I decided to reset and head back to the original island. When I got back, I decided to watch the next plane crash, and the way we crashed is the plane just randomly falls apart in midair, while moving at the incredibly fast speed of 20 miles an hour. At this point, most of the people in the server were on the island, and the majority of them would not stop messing up the rockets. There was one guy who kept pressing the respawn button so that nobody could get a turn in it. Then after I got in one, it flipped over many times, throwing me out of it, and it just kept on flying into the sky until you couldn't see it anymore.
Looks like the rocket's blasting off again!
I also found some boats that you could ride, which I then realized I should have used to get to the other island, but I just decided to sail around since there was nothing else to do, but that got boring after about a minute, so I decided to sail off the edge of the world. And that's pretty much the end of the game. I've done everything that it has to offer, so now I'll give you my review. This is probably the shortest game we've ever played on the series. The developers just put in a bunch of free models to make the players spend more time in it. But I just got bored after a few minutes of landing on the island since there was barely anything to do and I had survived the crash just like the title says. The rockets were the only slightly interesting thing that I found after I had landed, and even they were boring since I didn't travel that high and got flung out of them. The game also has this intense music that just plays throughout the whole game. Which I guess makes sense because of the plane, but after you land it's pretty pointless. I don't really have that much else to say about the game, it's just incredibly boring to be honest, so let's move on to our last game. The final game we're going to play in this video is called Zombie Hunter, and with its title, it sounds like we'll be hunting zombies. I don't really have much else to say, apart from that the like to dislike ratio is not the best, in fact it's pretty bad, so let's hop into this game and start playing. Right off the bat, we can see that the lobby looks like a military base. I don't really know why, but I guess it looks pretty cool. We didn't have to wait long for the next round, because everyone who is in the lobby can come back when the next wave of zombies arrives. I don't know what the fuck that loading screen is. I think it's supposed to be a silhouette of one of the zombies, but enough about that. Let's fucking annihilate these motherfuckers. When I spawned into the map, I saw that I was given 2 weapons, being a pistol and a knife. Now I was expecting some normal zombies to appear, but the first zombie I came across was a gold zombie. I'm not too sure on what a gold zombie is, but let's just try and kill them. Holy shit, there's so many of them. There were many different types of zombies, including fire ones, which I guess could make sense since it's a zombie that's on fire, but then I came across zombie types that just made no sense at all, which included a water zombie and a sand zombie. I don't even know what the fuck a water zombie or sand zombie is. Plus, the sand zombie shouldn't even be able to stand up or hold itself together, since, you know, it's fucking sand. Sand falls apart really easily, yet somehow it was one of the strongest types of zombies there. I then ended up getting chased by a few of them, killing the fire zombie and sand zombie, but then I ended up dying due to a chair that was placed behind me. Well, we've only just joined, so we'll just have to keep on playing to get better at the game. I then discovered a shop where you can buy a bunch of guns, gear and whatnot, but I only have 30 coins right now so I can't afford anything. but like I said, we'll just have to keep on playing to get better and get more coins. Wave 8 then eventually came, and it was pretty much the same as Wave 7, but there were more types of zombies that came, which included ghosts and something called the tank zombie, which is essentially just a bigger version of the normal zombies, but with more health. Across the maps there are also some perks you can find, such as a speed boost which, as you guessed, gives you a temporary speed boost. Wave 9 then came, and it was pretty chaotic. A small crowd of zombies started chasing this one guy, so everybody else started shooting them. Then I started getting chased by a ghost, which to me, just like the sand and water zombies, doesn't make any sense since ghosts are able to go through things, so I doubt bullets would really affect it. Now that Wave 9 is over, I think I'm getting the hang of the game. Let's see what Wave 10 has to bring. Okay, everything seems pretty good so far. Just the same shit as last time and holy shit, what the fuck is that thing? It's fucking huge. So yeah, in Wave 10 you'll get something called a Mega Tank Zombie, which is a colossal version of the tank zombies, and it has a fuck ton of health. I ended up dying again, and so did the rest of the people in the server, which meant that the game was over and we had to wait for the next one. Already I can see that this game is incredibly similar to Zombie Rush, a game we played 2 years ago in episode 5, it pretty much follows the same concept, and I'm already beginning to see how repetitive this game is. In every wave, pretty much the same shit happens, a bunch of zombies chase you and you shoot them, but let's go ahead and play another round. The game also has different maps, and the next map we played on was a military base, which I think was probably my favorite map that I played on. But the only difference between this round and the last round was, well, the map. Everything else was pretty much the same. I did get pretty good at the game though, and survived all the way until Wave 10. I don't really have much else to say or show about this game, since like I have already said, it's all just the same thing over and over again, so now I'll give you my review. I'm not going to lie, I do prefer this game to the Zombie Rush one, and this game is probably my favorite out of the ones we played in this episode, as I did end up coming back to it a few times after I finished recording, but I can definitely see why this game has a lot of dislikes too. The game is way too repetitive, you just run and kill zombies, that's all it really is. The only difference for each round is the type of Mega Tank Zombie. I also want to mention that once you get the hang of the game, it becomes way too easy since all you really have to do is click your mouse button a bunch of times until the zombies die. The only really challenging part is when the Mega Tank Zombie comes in. Not only does it have a lot of health, but it also has special attacks. In the case of the Mega Tank Fire Zombie, it hits the ground which causes a shockwave of fire to spread, which will cause a lot of damage to any nearby players, but other than the Mega Tank Zombie, the rest of the game is just way too easy. I also think some of the zombie types here make no sense at all. For example, the ones I mentioned earlier such as the water and sand zombies. Water and sand are very weak and fall apart very easily, so I don't know how the fuck the sand zombie is one of the strongest. There were also earth zombies, which I guess kind of makes sense, since zombies come out from the earth, but I don't see why they'd need a whole different type if pretty much all zombies rise from the earth. So that's all I have to say about this game. It's pretty repetitive and very easy once you know what you're doing, and that's the end of this episode of Worst Games on Roblox. Thank you all for watching, I'll see you lot next time. Now let's go to the outro.
Well, that is the end of this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Once again, send your game requests to me on Twitter and Discord. Links in the description. I'm more likely to see them on there, so it's best if you send them there. And that is going to be it from me. I hope you're all looking forward to episode 22. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheerio.